Including movie and TV clips in your YouTube videos can help you in various ways, including engaging the audience and allowing them to try to relate to your expressions. The only issue with using clips you did not create is that they can sometimes result in copyright claims. Do you want to know how one can use movie clips and copyrighted material legally on YouTube? Then this video is for you. Welcome to Debt Busters, and welcome to another YouTube video. Aside from showing you how to use movie and TV clips in your videos without getting copyrighted, we'll also show you where you can get movie clips and how some YouTubers such as Evan Carmichael build entire channels using people's clips without getting demonetized. Keep watching until the end to find out everything. You might notice the topics of the videos are coming from conversations I have with viewers in the comments section or from polls in the community post. So be sure to comment on the video and participate in the polls to tell me what kind of content you'd like to see. Subscribe and turn on the post notification. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. Most people need to fully understand the YouTube terms of fair use, which means they don't get fair results, which is why most people complain that the YouTube copyright system is broken. When someone understands the YouTube terms of fair use and starts using other people's content in their videos, it can truly transform their content. Fair use is a legal doctrine that applies to copyright law, not just YouTube. When reading the YouTube terms of fair use, you will notice that there are situations in which one is permitted to use other people's work and copyrighted content in their work. There are 4 key points to understanding those situations and circumstances, and we will go over each one right now. In this video, we will attempt to translate the legal jargon of fair use into more practical and relatable terms we can all understand. Keeping this in mind, the first point to consider regarding fair use is whether your use of the work is transformative. What we mean by this is, are you altering the value or meaning of the original work in any way, or are you simply stealing it? Downloading a file of your favorite cartoon, such as Family Guy, and then uploading it directly to YouTube is not fair use. Because you uploaded the animation video without altering it, this is considered piracy. When attempting to use movie or TV clips in their YouTube videos, most YouTubers take elements of the movie they want to use and then construct a new narrative. The majority of these videos are completely different works with entirely different messages. In short, simply taking the work and reusing it is unacceptable, but taking it and transforming it into something new, changing the meaning, value, and what it is about is considered transformative. The amount of copyrighted material you use with the overall length of the copyrighted material is the second point of fair use. When someone uses an entire episode of their favorite show, they take 100% of the work, whereas when they only use a few clips, they only take a tiny fraction of the total work. Using a small fraction is usually justifiable as fair use, so when it comes to using copyrighted material, a lot of factors come into play. For example, are you trying to use the entire thing, a large chunk of it, or the heart of what it's about, or are you just taking a tiny element? If you are, it will fall under fair use. The third thing that goes into deciding what is fair use is how your use of copyrighted material affects the commercial success of the copyrighted material you are using. So if what you're doing with someone else's work will harm them, such as potentially hurting their sales by discouraging people from purchasing it because they can watch yours instead, it's less likely to be fair use. On the other hand, if it does not affect the original's commercial success, it is more likely to be fair use. The fourth and final factor of fair use is the nature of the copyrighted work. If it's already been published, which it almost certainly will be if you're using it, it's more likely to be considered fair use. Also, if it's something factual, such as something taken from a biography or something published as fact, it helps your case with fair use. Another thing that will help in fair use is using it in an educational context and attempting to present facts rather than simply profiting from it. Once you understand these 4 points, you can determine whether you can legally use other people's copyrighted material in your work. Before we get too far into it, I'm not sure if it's for you, but if you know someone who's interested in growing their channel and dominating YouTube, then have them subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Just imagine if you had $10,000 more in your bank account every month. Use my link in the description if you'd like to try an absolutely free YouTube course that can grow your channel from $0 to $10,000 in profit on YouTube without showing your face, using your own voice, or making videos at all. Even if you believe you're in the clear for fair use, someone may still claim copyright to your video. Many YouTubers complain that the copyright system does not work because people try to claim their video even if it is fair use. This is because some production companies, which own the rights to movies and TV shows, do not spend time watching videos on YouTube and determining whether they are fair use. So if they see a video on YouTube that uses their material, they claim it. Here, the YouTuber who created the uploaded video can claim fair use. When a YouTuber declares that their video is fair use, it is returned to the company that claimed it, which can do one of two things. They can either watch the video and discover that it is of fair use, and it will be back live on YouTube, where you can even monetize it. This is extremely rare. Sometimes a YouTuber claims that their video is fair use, but the company rejects it and claims the revenue from that video. Most companies are unwilling to watch the video to determine its fair use, so it's easier for them to reject every one of their appeals. This is why people are so irritated, and they even conclude that a real person hasn't reviewed their video because they could have noticed it is fair use. Some YouTubers even go so far as to say that it's not fair that YouTube is letting the production company, the person who owns the copyright, decide whether or not it's fair use, and of course they're biased. The good news is that this appeal process has a final stage, which most people still need to complete. After you've appealed the initial claim and they've rejected it, you can go back to them one more time, which most YouTubers don't do. They will then have to either repost your video and admit defeat, in which case you will receive all the proceeds, or they will have to take you to court. You don't want to go to court over a YouTube video, so this sounds terrifying. But if you know your video is fair use, why would a production company waste time, money, and resources and get all that bad press to try to take you to court over a YouTube video that is fair use? These companies will have lawyers, so before making a decision, such as attempting to file a lawsuit against you, the lawyers will look at it and determine that fair use exists. So, unless you violated fair use and those 4 principles we just mentioned by uploading a pirated version, there's no logical reason they'd try to take it further. Here's a reward for sticking around this long in the video. I know you're all wondering why I sound different. That's because I'm using my own voice. Sorta. I've switched to ElevenLabs, the best AI voice cloning tool on the market, to clone my voice. Click my link in the description if you're interested in trying ElevenLabs for yourself for free. Now back to talking about fair use. We understand that this sounds frightening, but in our experience, the YouTuber wins and the case is dropped. The YouTuber received full payment for the video, which is now fine. The only problem is that most people are afraid to take this step because they either don't realize it or fear that if they lie and it isn't fair use, they will be sued. However, as long as you are confident that your video followed the guidelines and that you understand them, there is no reason to be afraid of proceeding to the final stage. Before proceeding to the final stage, we recommend that you conduct your research to feel comfortable with this, understand fair use, and know you are in the right. And if you're on the right, there's nothing to worry about by disputing it. Also, you don't have to go through all of this. Is there a way for people to create videos without worrying about copyright claims? You certainly can. You can do many things. For example, you can contact the copyright holder and request permission in some cases if they are accessible. Another option is to make use of stock footage. There is free stock footage and stock footage that you can purchase to use as a B-roll in your video. Rather than using film clips and TV shows, you can use stock footage that you can copy and paste into your video to add an extra element to it. So if you were looking for a B-roll, there is a free and simple alternative. Sites like Pexels and Pixabay.com provide an extensive library of stock footage for you to use, or you can use my link in the description to try Pictory if you'd prefer an AI-assisted alternative that will read your script and find stock footage for you in minutes. We mentioned earlier that many YouTubers take other people's content and remake it for their own channel. Evan Carmichael is an example channel. This channel was founded in 2008 and currently has over 3.6 million subscribers. Evan, the owner of this channel, is extremely successful, but most of his videos contain material from others. He frequently takes photos of entrepreneurs and successful people and remixes these clips together to form top 10 videos or best of videos. So a large portion of the content on his channel is from other people. If you recall the 4 fair use principles we discussed earlier, you will notice that many of them apply to Evan Carmichael's channel. Aside from the 4 principles we've already discussed, only a few discuss an essential part of copyright and fair use. This is called the "how does this make you look" factor. For example, suppose you are one of the successful people frequently featured on Evan's channel, and one day you wake up to find a top 5 video on Evan's channel with the top 5 lessons you've taught. When you watch the video, you'll notice that he took content from your channel or website and rematched it into a top 5 compilation on his channel, and he's now making money from it. What would be your reaction? Would you consider removing the video? Or would you notice that the video made you look really good because you are positioned as an expert on a channel with millions of subscribers? The video promotes you positively by demonstrating that you are someone from whom others can learn. So do you really want to remove a video like this? Consider this. You are losing nothing while potentially gaining new fans and increasing your credibility. So very few entrepreneurs or successful people who had a video appear on Evan's channel would ever consider removing it. Instead, they think it's fantastic that Evan has created a video centered on their name. We believe that the unwritten factor of how does this make me look should be heavily considered when using copyrighted material. On the other hand, we've seen cases where the person was talking about another person negatively and using their copyrighted material to make a very negative point about them in order to either shame, embarrass, or even highlight something terrible about them. In this case, whatever it is, using their content has a very negative connotation. So this is the complete opposite of Evan, who focuses on your positive aspects. When it's the complete opposite and someone is attempting to tear someone else down or using their content against them to say something negative, that's when problems arise. Even if that person did it in a fair use manner, the person being attacked with this content would want it removed even if it is fair use, and they will fight it all the way. So, while we at Debtbusters believe this is an excellent way to look at it, you should ask yourself, are you doing anything positive for the creators of the original copyrighted material? Because if you are, it is not in their best interest to try to make a claim against you, and there is no real reason for them to want to take it down. On the other hand, if you do the opposite and try to say something negative about someone or a group of people, you may run into problems when attempting to fight for copyright. We've covered a lot so far, bouncing around all these different elements of copyright and fair use, and you may be feeling overwhelmed right now. Still, the bottom line is that you can use copyrighted material in your own YouTube videos and social media content, but you should do more research on fair use first to fully understand it. You will be completely fine if you follow the fair use principles and have done your research. How do you incorporate movie and television clips into your videos? There are a few possibilities. The first is a site called playphrase.me, a search engine where you can type in the phrase you're looking for and bring up movies and TV shows that contain that phrase. So it's similar to Google, but you're only searching within TV shows and movies. So if you have a quote in mind that you can picture in a TV show, or want to find one based on a certain word or something, you can type it into this website. It will bring related videos, which you can save and incorporate into your video using any editing software. The second option is to use YouTube directly and find the material you want to use in a video from an existing YouTube video. You should download that video and then cut out the desired portion. I like this method because if that copyrighted material is already on YouTube and was uploaded by someone other than the official channel for that TV show or movie, chances are that the production company isn't taking down videos. If the copyrighted material is already on YouTube because someone else uploaded it, they're not looking for YouTubers to target with copyright strikes. So if it's fair use, you should be fine using it without getting a copyright strike, but you can't count on it. If you're using fair use, you shouldn't have any problems. So you can go to YouTube, search for the scene you're looking for, download the video, and cut out the part you want. We'd love to hear what you think about this. Do you want to start using movie and TV show clips in your YouTube videos? Comment down below and let's engage. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. We will always try to respond to everyone. Are you ready to take your YouTube earnings to the next level? If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about how to make money with YouTube Cash Cow channels, then you don't want to miss this exclusive offer. Our friend Matt Parr has put together a 100% free course that teaches you his secret growth tactics for making up to $30,000 each month online. And for a limited time, he's offering an exclusive upsell to his course. With this course, you'll get access to even more advanced strategies and techniques for maximizing your YouTube earnings. You'll learn how to create and monetize multiple cash cow channels, how to optimize your videos for maximum views and revenue, and much more. Don't miss this opportunity to take your YouTube success to the next level. Click the link below to learn more and sign up for the upsell now. You'll be glad you did. Now you know how to legally use movie clips and copyrighted material on YouTube. That, however, won't help you if you're interested in knowing about the Clipchamp video editing tool. Watch the video on your screen if you really want to know about the Clipchamp video editing tool. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.